Hail, Amkip. As you can see, Lord Francel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor, but if his guards judge us as a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Voici Charlemagne Francel de Halin. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in the service of the Holy See. Condemn me and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Halone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Halone's arms, while the wicked shall reveal their draken forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortin, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Harshavel. My lord has uncovered evidence to suggest that the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as full re-examination of the facts have been conducted. Lord Harshavel has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of the Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Harshavel arrives, Amkip. Remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Your show bears no signal, sir. Do you see the Holy See or one of the high houses? I serve a higher power. Look, Lord Harshavel has come. In the name of House Fortin, I demand you lay down your arms. By this disgrace your line, Lord Harshavel. Guardian scum! Today you shall answer for your sins. A wyvern! There were no reports of Dravanian activity. We would call upon your allies to see. Allies, your treachery is laid bare. This will not be forgotten. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others, I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of the House Halionard. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord. Inquisitor, to set brothers against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? By the fury. A draconian rosary. Then the knight who refused to yield. It was he who summoned the wyvern. The heretics in the ranks of the Temple Knights. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Harshaval. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight that which first brought you to Kurthis, Amkip. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Harshaval, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you would have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Halionard. Praise Halone did not come to that, but it profits us too little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Amkip. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Well, may I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would certainly have died defending the honor of his house, and I might have well perished at the hands of a heretic and his rival. House Fortin and House Halionard shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Your service to House Fortin will not be forgotten, my friend. If you ever have need of me, do not hesitate to ask. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Kurthis several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens I was monitoring this night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall a small vessel came in from the direction of Gridania and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. garrison has almost seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. But Lord Harshaval is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, so you've last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Dudaner. I shall write a letter to Lord Dudamer, of I put him in front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Fonsel to do the same. Now that your business at Camp Dragon has been concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well on your journey, Amkip. May Helena guide you. Leaves. Oh, I have to be able to full farm. Wonderful to see you again, Amkip. Is there anything I can do to repair your name it? So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Hallinard. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravinian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. So we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil. House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Dudamer. Nevertheless, I will write to your letter. Before you depart, word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hallinard have yet to be unmasked. Though the plans were foiled, they'll doubtless still harbor hatred towards us. And towards you now as well. House Hallinard is far from redeemed, but one day we will regain our standing. When that day comes, rest assured I will repay my debts to you and Lord Harshaval. Let the rebel by the will of the rude cubs. Fourth, he may be of his father's loins, but Sir Francel is first in piety and discernment. Skyfire Locks can be in no better hands. Oh, that answers that question. You desire an audience with Lord Durmal, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife. But wishing won't make it so. What do you have here? Letters from Lord Harshapon and Frostal, is it? It likely... Oh. You're serious. What to do, what to do. Tell me, could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drillmon's attentions had focused solely on the stone vigil at present. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albios. Yes, Sir Albios can certainly accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Thank you. Sir Brunadier begged you to stick with me, did he? I don't know why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you, he is mistaken. Lord Jormal hasn't had the time to speak with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for a head Carugian Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? And what do you think you're doing here? These supplies are not to be touched without permission. Know that I will not hesitate to use force to stop you if necessary. Time is a resource we can ill afford to squander. We must gain return entrance to the stone vigil without further delay. If the Enterprise is indeed inside the stone vigil, then we must convince Lord Drummond to cooperate. Are you here to visit a patient, sir? What's this? Letters of introduction from Forest for Ton, Hollywood. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Let me proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gardiner. You should know Lord Dilmar's current whereabouts. What reason do you have for barging into... Oh, I see. On your luck, Lord Dunamont is just up these stairs. Letters are no, though I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly, so proper respect and it shall be returned in kind. Sir Gordon, permitted your passage? Very well. Speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with skeleton to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of Fury herself? We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord John. You know our name and you know our deeds. We have come to Kurthus to slay Garuda, Lady the Vertex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive. But that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandare marshals his forces to retake the Storm Vigil, who should appear in Whitebrim front but three mysterious strangers? Cirid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the Calamity, and two Signs of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should be hoped that House Durandare would have greater sense. I don't know why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believe this mummer's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you have declared your true intentions as well. It can be moons before House Durandare purchases the dragons for the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid and Amkip, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Dronemal's trust. Understood. Common is a nation which has warred with its neighbors, but our neighbors are dragons, relentless and merciless creatures. Through generations of conflict and sacrifice, we have honed our warcraft with fire and blood, all to survive, all to triumph. Anything less, and we would not be here today. Is that upstairs or downstairs? Upstairs and downstairs. You're the lad responsible for the commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in the weapon front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillemon's mind. There's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, is that he listens to and respects the opinion of those under his command. Went over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? It's easy. Serve the poor souls at decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contained no meats whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them with steaks using mud puppy tail meat. Wouldn't be quality meat, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy and Danfian pass? And take its bottled vinegar. Locals say it weakens the mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Summoner. First. And of course, fade there right now. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was in that idiotic. Oh dear. Remind me never to wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Anyway, this shroud should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this and this. And voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them about to the hungry knights here and up above. You there, lad. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my choice of the steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Haha! Yes! Yes! I feel invigorated, refreshed. As if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this god-forsaken waste. Is that fresh cooked steak? Helene's blessing be upon you, my friend. My puppy meat or not. It's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Ever must we train to maintain our skilled arms, yet never are we to receive proper sets. You are godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Steward and Dare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale. Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working Chirurgeons at the infirmary. So rarely do they take the meals here at the hall. Mind taking this steak to Sonoda? She is doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Nope. Beg your pardon, sir, but I'm busy attending to this man. Be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I had last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have vanilla. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Just the Chirurgeons. Just speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic. Both as a gesture of goodwill and some needs to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All it requires to complete the device are the core of 3 ice springs, though commonly used to reduce the temperature of alchemical mixtures. There is a way to alter the properties so they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible here, yet somehow I know it'll work. change the course. So please show them. What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder where the kindly stranger buried gifts of wondrous and strange, where his generosity comes at cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means of a yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Fonsal's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Dwell to help us, it seems we must convince Lord Inquisitor Guillaume that we're not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? I know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Kurthis. Perhaps you should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiterun first. Share your findings with Alpha in the square. Sure you can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillaume. Yeah, of course I've known him. Unless I've not seen him since the day he came to Whiterun from several moons ago. Memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall a blizzard that nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in darkness pitch as black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of the silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I've been laying recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body back to the gates. I owe my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Inquisitor Guillaume, I am in the foggy zone when you speak, unbeliever. We've learned of your deeds at Wishdraw. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you have hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is the devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are afforded to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but I paid it no mind as I hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you have taken. Mayhap they will provide insight into the Inquisitor Guillaume's motivations. So something troubles me about the Wounded Knight's account. He claims he felt chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? The main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies not but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jola is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Perhaps retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Ooh. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of the encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume. No, the Count de Courthester and the murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would be a very simple thing to assume his identity. For even if you were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, well, this is incredible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor. We have yet to discern his true identity, or might have decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Amkip, before he learns that his deception is discovered. Since Lord Drummond has already been turned against us, I fear that his encyclical and alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jola with the evidence you have discovered and see if that helps him recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Oh, you returned. There's something else we wanted to ask. The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He was a paragon of virtue and dedicated to the servant of the Fury. We don't believe that it is all a lie. If you're so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go ahead and speak with Sir Pernul. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not at all. You know, don't you? Fury, take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sergio Lau gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravinian's abominations lashed at him. Nearly killed him right then and there. Drew my sword and rushed to his aid, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family. Secrets I had never told him about. Said that if I kept with confidence, Sergio Lau and I would be spared. If I had to fight him. Everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sergio Lau to the infirmary, and on his first night at Woodburn Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized while in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Jolamont, wanted to put an end to this madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats. So I did nothing. I told Lord François was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in his chest, hidden southeast of Woodburn Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Howlanhart, thus exonerating Lord François and casting doubt on other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Will you forgive me for not acting sooner? Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you three access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had been a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me. The Inquisitor is heretic? Never have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Amkip, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Thrice damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells, take him and his Dravinian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If you hurry, there may be still time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Amkip. Together we will put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all.